Kumusta? Kumusta? Welcome to the Jeroga Show, the first conservative podcast in the Philippines. We are protecting the Filipino family from woke ideology. Before we head to the topic, nice ko kayong imbitahan kung first time yung makinig or manood ng the Jeroga Show podcast. For some reason, kung dinala kayo dito ng, ng Spotify, ng YouTube, ng Facebook, ng wala kayong kamalay-malay, well, that's fate. Kaya, ano pang ginagawa nyo? Subscribe kayo sa The Jero Gasho Podcast. Pindutin nyo yung follow button kung saan kayo nakikinig or nanonood. Okay? So ano ang topic natin today? Nung pinasa ang Reproductive Health Bill, naging law ito, I think, in my opinion, hindi masyadong na-discuss ang merits and yung pros and cons ng batas na ito kung sakaling maipasaman. I don't think na lahat ng stones were unturned pagdating sa batas na ito. Usually, yung mga against dito, nakikita lang natin yung arguments na religious. I don't think na nalabanan ang bill na ito ng mga arguments na secular. And this time, pag-usapan natin kung bakit there's merit sa abstinence only na approach when it comes to teaching our kids. And okay, so let's watch this video. This is from CNN noong 2010. So, papansin nyo, 2010 ito, 2012 na ipasa ang RH bill. So, dapat available to sa mga mambabatas natin. Pero hindi ko alam kung bakit hindi ito nakarating sa kanilang desk. Okay, so panoorin natin.
What these researchers did is they took a group of 6th and 7th graders, African American, living in urban areas, and they gave them sort of more traditional safe sex messages, gave one group safe sex messages, and then gave the other group more of an abstinence message. And then they followed up for 2 years to see who had sex. So take a look at these numbers. These are really pretty stunning. The group that was told, here's how to have safe sex. Well, 52% of those ended up having sex in the 2-year follow-up period, but only 33% of the abstinence-only group ended up having sex.
Okay, so ano yung napanood natin? Well, we discussed before sa podcast that there's this study sa UK kung saan they defunded sex education at since doing that, mas na lessen pa yung teenage pregnancies nila kasi nung time na they're on full force sa sex education. So yung video na napanood natin kanina from 2010, sinasabi lang dito na may dalawang group of African students. In one group ay tinuruan nila itong mga estudyante na to ng abstinence only. Yung isang group, tinuruan nila ng same-sex. And eventually, in a 2-year period, ay mas maraming nag-sex dun sa, of course, sa same-sex kaysa dun sa abstinence only. And kaya ako na-bring up itong bagay na ito is because we have a problem sa teenage pregnancy. And since 2012, noong na-approve ang RH bill, ay hindi naman bumaba ang ating cases ng teenage pregnancy kahit na may comprehensive sex education na sa classroom ng ating mga kabataan. And here's the full CNN report. So sabi dito, ito yung pinatutunguhan ng video kanina. May study daw, abstinence program is most effective at delaying sex among youth. an abstinence-only education program is more effective than other initiative at keeping 6th and 7th graders from having sex within a 2-year period, according to a study described by some as a landmark. Biro nyo, may study na pala nito. Pero this is 2 years before na-approve yung RH bill. So, nasan tong study na ito nung dinidinig ang RH bill sa Kongreso? The study, published in the current issue of the Archives of Pediatrics and Adolescent Medicine, indicated that about 1/3 of the preteens and their young teen classmates who received an 8-hour abstinence lesson had sexual intercourse within 2 years of the class. So ito nga, 30%. By comparison, more than half of the students who were taught about safe sex and condom were reported having intercourse by the 2-year mark. And more than 40% of students who receive either an 8 or 12-hour lesson incorporating both abstinence education and safe sex reported having sex at 2 years. Among students who received instruction on overall good health but not having to do with sex directly, nearly 47% had sexual activity in the 2 years after class. This new study is game-changing. The nonpartisan National Campaign to Prevent Teen and Unplanned Pregnancy said in a statement, for the first time, there is strong evidence that an abstinence-only intervention can help very young teens delay sex and reduce their recent sexual activity as well. So, ayan po mga kaibigan. Nasaan kaya itong study nito nung dinidinig ang RH law? And hindi ba yun yung isa sa reasons kung bakit nagkaroon tayo ng RH law to prevent teenage pregnancy? So kaya, so ito ang issue ko when it comes sa ating mga lawmakers. Mapa Soji Bill man, mapa Senate, mapa divorce man sa Senate. Parang hindi na pag-uusapan ang mga studies, ang mga data na out there na, pero parang hindi nakakarating sa kanilang desk. Ang nangyayari tuloy, nagiging talagang propaganda lang ng mga senador ang naipapasa. Parang walang matinding deliberation, matinding batuhan ng ideas, and hindi ko nakikita tuloy yung concern sa ating mga kababayan pagdating sa mga bagay na, mga batas na pinapasa nila. So this study, sabi dito, game-changing. So this is telling. And bakit hindi? Ang mga yun yung problema sa comprehensive sex education eh. Kapag pinakita mo ito sa mga bata, binuksan mo ang isipan nila kagad, may mga estudyante na balak din naman talaga nilang makipag-sex no matter what. Pero yung mga estudyante na wala pa sa isipan nila yung pakipagtalik dahil bata pa sila, biglang namumulat sila sa mga bagay na ito. And yun yung sinasabi ko na kulang sa ating bansa. Kulang sa Catholic schools. Wala tayong mga chastity talks sa schools. Hindi lang sa Catholic schools, kahit sa mga public school. They would benefit sa mga chastity talks na to. Wala tayong mala Jason Evert na nagsasalita sa mga bata para matutunan ang chastity. Kailan ka na dinig na may speaker, ginather ang mga estudyante sa isang auditorium or siguro sa gym, then may chastity speaker na kumausap sa mga bata tungkol sa virtue na ito? Parang halos wala, di ba? And I think yun ang kailangan natin sa Pilipinas para maiwasan ang teenage pregnancy and maiwasan ang spread of diseases, mga STDs. So, yun. Nais ko lang i-bring up itong bagay na ito. Baka mamaya hindi kayo aware. And please, if you think this episode is worth sharing, paki-share sa mga kaibigan nyo, i-post nyo yung link sa social media nyo. And yeah, there you have it. Okay, so this has been another episode of the J. Aruga Show. At the end of the day, it will be night. Goodbye. Hi, this is J. Aruga of the J. Aruga Show. If you like what you just saw, please consider subscribing and smash that like button. We'll need all of your help to take back the culture from this ideological colonization of the West. Thank you.